Morning. Happy Sunday. Camera looks out of focus again for some odd reason. We're back. Yeah, O'Sullivan. Yeah, I slept in a little today, right? Caught up on my sleep. How are you doing today? I was pretty tired. Long weeks, you know? Yeah, it feels good to sleep in a little. Maybe I'll take a nap later, right? It's Sunday. Relax. Get ready for Monday, right? Get ready to go back into the grind. How you been? Yeah, usually what? I'm already been on and off. I slept all day yesterday, all night, I think, because my body was aligned. I had been in so much pain. Oh, yeah, sure, right? Your body probably don't know how to react. You know what I mean? You're finally pain free for however long you've been struggling with it, right? Now you're pain free, so um, yeah, it probably feels good. It's probably more comfortable, right? That's awesome to hear. Yeah, that affects your mental health as well. You know what I mean? If you're in pain every day, you know it's hard to stay positive, right? Waking up to pain every day, physical or mental pain. You know what I mean? Well, just take. I mean, this is physical pain in this case, but it affects you mentally. It's all tied together. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to find that last question I asked. Yeah, I found it. Yeah, my mood is definitely lifted. Oh yeah. I mean, it's got to be a joy to wake up and not be in pain, right? Have some relief. I mean, there's really no topic this morning. I just put in there. How's your mental health? But reading some of these comments about um the question I posted, which was 2 days ago. What's the hardest part about mental health? There's so many things that people, and a lot of people said understanding, right? Dealing with people who don't understand. That was from Mark. Tommy says living in the thoughts in my head. Kat says limiting myself with what I do. There's so many things I want to do in my life, but I'm held back on a daily by my anxieties, especially my social anxieties. Hold me back from even getting the help I need. We were talking about that yesterday, right? Like, what has your anxiety stolen from you? You know what I mean? There's so many things we want to do in life, but we don't do it because of our anxieties. It holds us back, and it's a shame. It's a shame that for one we got to deal with that. Good morning, Jennifer. How are you been? Um, yeah, it's terrible. Like I couldn't fly. I was scared to fly. I was talking about, and now I'm not. So now I just do it. That's good to hear. Jennifer's hanging in there. That's all we can do sometimes, right? Chris said, hard part is not having anyone to talk to or have anywhere to go. Right? That's the point of what we're doing here, right? You do have someone to talk to here, you know. There's a lot of people with great information. You know, we all been through certain things in life and we all learn from each other, you know what I mean? I don't have all the answers, that's obvious, but the more we talk about it, the more we understand. Good morning, Adam. It's a learning process, right? Fornication. Amen to that, yeah. It's definitely a learning process, right? Jonathan said they said 35 years ago, you'll soon have your back. We'll soon have you back on your feet and smiling. So I guess John's still not back on his feet and smiling. So John, we hope you good morning. We hope one day you can. Enjoy the highs and lows, let me know. Enjoy the highs and lows. Oh yeah, right. All right. I misread that. For sure, yeah. It makes you feel human, right? Sometimes we get stuck in the lows. Right? They both don't last forever. Mental health can impact anyone at any age, any time. It's all about realizing we may feel alone, but we're not truly isolated until we say, there's two words, I'm struggling. Yeah, for sure. I've been struggling with opening up to my friends or trying to reach out to them. Never be ashamed, right? A true friend will want all your emotions, right? A true friend would want to know everything about you. All right. So if you can only just be happy around your so-called friends, they're not true, right? If you can't be sad, angry, upset, you know, happy, joyful, if you can't be all of them around your friends, then what kind of friends are they? If you can't share your struggles with friends, they're not too good of friends, are they? In my opinion, it would be no. You can't just have a little bit of me. If you love me and are a true friend, you're gonna get everything I am, right? Isn't that what you would want in any relationship? See, when I asked that question the other day about relationships, like, what's the hardest part about a relationship and mental health? You know, right away everyone went to being a couple, right? And that's fine and all, but a relationship is your coworker, could be your mother, your father, brother, sister. They're all relationships, right? Your neighbor, you know what I mean? The guy on the bus, the mailman, they're all relationships, right? And it affects every relationship you're in. So a lot of people thought, I guess everyone has a different perspective, right? But we build relationships with everybody, you know. It's just not the one that you're not the person you're sleeping in bed with, you know what I mean? Or whatever you do. Maybe you sleep in separate beds. I don't know. But there's relationships built every day with people. And your anxiety can affect all of them, right? Or your mental health. Jennifer, I'm too much, not sure what's. Yeah, Jennifer, it's a very interesting point because you're so used to the routine. I'm not sure exactly what you do, but it really don't matter. You've been doing it for so long, right? You're in that routine, and now it's going to be gone, right? So my advice to you would go do whatever you've been wanting to do. You know, if you have the funds or the means to do it, don't wait, right? You worked your whole life to get to this point, and now it's time to enjoy. But I totally understand what you mean. Like, we don't know. A lot of people can't just not do anything, right? What's keeping you down? This is why there's saying life starts when you turn 40. 100% disagree with the statement that starts when you choose to start. And yes, you're going in the back. Yeah. Yeah, you're never too old, right? Or too young. Mark Meredith. Nobody but my wife knows. Nobody but my wife. Everyone. Yeah, why is that, right? Why do people not why don't people wanna everybody but my wife knows everyone. And why do people I don't know. Is it because they deal with the same things, but they don't wanna talk about it? That could be it, right? Like, why else wouldn't a friend or a family member wanna know your struggles? I just don't I don't understand when it comes to mental health, like, I mean, this is part of life, right? This is real shit. This ain't a fairy tale. I mean, this ain't made up. You think all these people are just making this up? That's just not how this works. You know what I mean? That's a thought I had when it comes to that, you know. But why else wouldn't they want to support you? I mean, it could be other things. They just don't want to. They don't want to be bothered with it, right? Or they think it's negative. Well, it's not negative. It's your life. I mean, I guarantee you, everything in their life isn't positive and always joyful, right? We all have struggles. You know, some people just, I don't know. Some people just don't want to be involved in anything that might take some work. You know what I mean? Might take some work to understand Mark, and they're just not willing to do it. I mean, I could be totally off, but I don't understand why else a friend or a family member wouldn't want to help you. Like, I don't make no sense, right? They'll help you move, right? They'll help you move, or they'll help you mow your grass, or they'll help you clean your pool, or they'll help you do this and that, but they're not going to help you with your mental health, right? I don't make no sense. The scientifically proven that when someone scientifically proven that someone is struggling, you're in a relationship, the worst person to understand is your partner. That's why men isolate themselves and try keeping their emotions. Yeah, I mean, I would recommend any man to talk to anybody. I mean, especially your wife or whatever situation you're in, you know. Um, there's nothing wrong with opening up. Like, it breaks my heart to think about that, right? Like, it breaks my heart to think that you can't open up to your own wife or husband or whatever it may be about your mental health, right? Yeah, I mean, you never know. I mean, men definitely could die by suicide at a higher rate. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely that's proven. You know, Morninghauser, absolutely. It, it's funny. I'll tell you a quick story. Last night I was at the local VFW, and there's this guy comes in I went to school with, and he's in there with his kids and his wife. Sometimes, well, last night it was just him and his wife. And I always, every time I see him, I talk to him. You know, I didn't see him for years, but started seeing him in there, and then we were talking about. I don't know how we got into mental health, right? But you know, I'm talking. He's like, yeah, and he's like, he's a little older than me, and he was like, yeah, my dad died by suicide. I was like, what, dude? And remember yesterday I was talking like everybody knows somebody. Remember I said that like if you, and I told him this too. I said if you poll like 100 people and ask them, you know, if they know somebody in their family or close friends that have lost someone to suicide, you know, it would be, I bet the number would be like 90%. But anyway, like, this happened after he graduated, and I was like, holy shit! Like, I never knew that, man. It was so weird. Like, I don't know. Just I think God puts you in situations to talk to people about stuff. Obviously, he was, you know, he's been dealing with it for maybe 20 some years or whatever. But I mean, he seemed all right by it. But you just never know. You know what I mean? You just never know what someone's going through, and it was kind of like eye opening to me. And he kind of told me the story about like what happened and how it got to that point. It's just a kind of sad situation, you know. I mean, it's all of it's sad, right, when it comes to that. But I never knew that about him, and it was pretty wild, you know. You just never know, man. You just never know. Hello, how are you, Helen? All right, bro. Be cool. Thanks for stopping by, Adam. Yeah, so it was pretty wild. Like, I never knew this about this guy. So, and of course, me, I was like, wow, man. Like, I don't know, just it was just weird. You just never know. Shelly, my son, so was on he's 23, he didn't. By train, I definitely. Oh my goodness. Are you saying he never uttered it? Yeah, I'm so sorry for your loss. I mean, that's it's terrible. You know what I mean? First, no mother should have to do that, right? Um, did you ever get any kind of closure, right, to what was, why he was so? Oh, well, Helen, you had a tough week with anxiety. How are you feeling today? Yeah, it's so weird. Did you ever get any closure, right? Did you ever get any closure? Like, I mean, it's none of my business if you don't want to tell me. That's fine. But was there a letter? Did it make sense? I mean, because like what? I don't know. Not that it makes it right or that it makes it any better, but it's kind of you kind of get maybe an understanding, maybe a little closure. I don't know. Um, Sometimes they don't even make sense, though, right? Oh, how are you doing today? Wow, Candace, why did we overdose? That's good, Helen. What's going on? How are you today? How long were you in the hospital for? Remember, I'm not a doctor, just a normal dude, right? This is just my opinion. I'm not a specialist. I'm not certified anything. No, he did drink and party, but was sober when he did it. This I pray he was high as a kite. But what was it? I saw him in the morning. Told me he loved me. My work 6 hours. Oh, this was 6 months ago. Oh man, so it's pretty fresh still, huh? Oh, obviously it was 6 months. Oh, overnight. Are you feeling better? Did you get to the root or the reason why you've done that? Is there something? Was there a reason behind this, Candace? Oh man, yeah. See, Helen and Shelley. Yes, Wilson, New York. Is that where you live, Wilson, or in New York? How old was your son? 23. Helen's son was 22. It's fucking heartbreaking, man. They had the whole life ahead of them, right? And you just never really know. I mean, you could have a great relationship. I mean, obviously, Shelley said her son never showed any signs. He gave me an IV and a narcissistic relationship. Tired of his lies and gaslighting me. Yeah. Candace, there's no reason to hurt yourself, right? That is his problem, right? Um, my advice would be to get out of the relationship. Obviously, there's certain circumstances where it's just you can't just get up and leave, right? Or can you, right? Get the police involved. Do what you got to do to get out of the situation. No one deserves to deal with this, right? Especially when it's not your fault. Like you're hurting yourself for something that's not your fault. Yeah, I mean, man, that's got to be hard. Definitely therapy. Hopefully, this page can help in some way. You're not alone. You have two women here that are dealing with the same thing, right? I mean, it just shows you how much of an issue and problem this is in the world, right? All over the world, there's people from all over the world on here, right? And it don't stop where you live. It don't matter what you make, how much money you make, where you work, where you live in, your color, your skin, your race. We're all one human race, right? We all struggle with the same shit. We are all one. You know what I mean? No matter how you look at it, no matter what the news or the media tells you, That's the truth about this, right? We are all one. We all hurt the same. I am you. You know what I mean? That's just the way this goes. It's just the way that it is. That's life, right? We all deal with certain shit, but at the end of the day, we all, I feel your pain to a point, right? But I can't. I try to put myself in your shoes, but I have no kids, right? And I definitely didn't lose one to suicide. So my heart goes out to you guys, and it's just so crazy how big this shit is. You know what I mean? You're in a room with 18 people, I think, are in here, and 2 of them have lost their son to suicide at around the same age. 2 out of 18 people. I mean, come on, that's pretty crazy, isn't it? Good morning, Lisa. That just shows you. How big of a problem this is. You know what I mean? You had 18 people in the room, and 2 of them lost sons to suicide at the same age. I mean, if that don't tell you that this is a huge problem, then I don't know what else will. Young kids with the whole life ahead of them. Like, we shouldn't even be thinking about that, right? Especially, like, when you think about kids and suicide, it's just so mind blowing. Like, a kid would even think about that. Like, me personally, I had some weird thoughts as a child, like, what is everything, right? What is all this shit? But I never thought of that. Like, I was out playing and doing things. Like, it's just a different world we live in now, man, with the social media and everything that we have at our hands now, dude. It's a whole different world. A lot of people want to be something they're not. A lot of people look up to people that, make all this money, 15 minutes of fame, and that's just not reality, right? And then when you try to do it and their reality is not your reality, that's when you can't control your own reality. You know what I mean? It's a different world, man. It's a tough one for kids. Yeah, Helen, I was just gonna say that when I was reading this, and then it got to the end here when you found him, right? There's another lady, a couple I talked to. Their daughter went through the same thing, right? But it was her husband, and not only you got to go through the death of the person, right, and how it happened, but then you got to go through the fact that you were there with him, or you were the first one there to see him. Like, that cannot be easy, right? That's probably etched in your brain forever. You know what I mean? First the shock, right, and then the image. You know what I mean? And how do you deal with that? Like the body isn't and the mind isn't supposed to see that shit, right? That's what PTSD is so bad, because there's certain things in life that we're not supposed to see, right? That's why a lot of people that are veterans, that's been in infantry and seen war, right? The body, I mean, the mind is supposed to see that shit, right? That's not what we're wired to see or be around. Yeah, that's a terrible, terrible situation, right? Yeah, I mean, like, what part of social media do you think, or what do you mean, like, in general? Like, what's your opinion about social media? I mean, it's a place where you can be anybody you want, right? You can do anything and say anything you want, pretty much, to a point, until you're either censored or the person blocks you or whatever they got to do. But it's definitely a way to bully, and it's definitely a way to be something you're not, right? And it's a way to say things that you would never say to a person in person, right? So it's a safe space to be whatever you want to be, negative or positive. And that's the problem with social media. This is me no matter what. Like, I will be like this. I mean, am I on here angry and mad to show you every part of my life? No, but um, I mean, I fight for this shit every day, right? I mean, that story I told you about last night is the truth. That's the conversation I had, and that's what I found out through that conversation. Is that somebody I knew for a long time lost his father, but that's one part I never knew. Cruz said, Cruz, where are you from again? The Philippines, right? Yeah. My friend, I'm pretty sure the Philippines. My friend suggested I leave my mother in care of the nuns. I cried inside. Being single and no wife, I can't do that. But at the same time, I'm thinking about, am I a bad person? Well, Cruz, we all have to make decisions, right? I'm not sure what you mean by, I don't know how that works in the Philippines, mother. I don't know what you mean about. So instead of you taking care of your mom, the nuns will? Is that what you mean? Um, I don't think that makes you a bad person, right? If your mother's gonna be in better care by them, and you still got to live your life, work, or whatever you got to do, then why would that make you a bad person? If your mom's getting the best care, if your mom's gonna be in better care in their hands instead of your hands, I think that's pretty much a no brainer, right? I mean, we all have different situations, right? I mean, I don't know what it's like in the Philippines. So if I'm right on that, if I mean that's what you're saying here, I definitely don't think. My opinion is why would you be a bad person for giving your mother the best life she can have, and then the best care she can have? If you're not fit to be the caretaker, right? Um, why would that be a bad thing for your mother to be in the best care possible? I'm sure that's what you want. Is it hard because you might not see her every day? Maybe, of course, right? But you're doing what's best. Sometimes doing what's best for us in life isn't easy, right? That's why a lot of people don't do what's best for us because it's hard. It's uncomfortable. Yeah, people push. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I seen a story where a girl. I don't know if anyone ever seen this story, but a girl made this kid take his life. Like she told him, "You got to do this," blah 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 blah, and the kid did it. It was like it was on live. Did anyone ever see the story on that? It was like on Dateline or something. 2020, and the kid went through with it. Did you see that, Helen? I forget the story about it. Oh man, yeah, Cruz. Am I even close in that situation? Um, that's just my opinion, right? I think I think I got it right. Like what you're saying is that right? Like, yeah, Lisa, you remember that story? I forget the lady's name, but I was oh my god, I was appalled. Like, what kind of human? Like you are um one sick individual, right? And for the kid, like, I mean, I forget how old they were. I'm pretty sure they weren't adults, right? And then, like, imagine being the parent of that kid, and like, where's this kid's mind at? Like, she like took total control over this dude. I mean, that shit was heartbreaking, dude. Good morning, William. How are you, sir? Cruz, best of luck, man. Whatever you decide to do, man. I mean, what's best for your mother? I mean, you can only do so much, right? Unless you're not a doctor. I mean, you don't run the facility. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how the Philippines works. I don't know. I think just do best what's for both you and your mother. Anybody else have an opinion on that? Good morning, Pam. I mean, there's only so much we can do. When you say nuns, is that like a hospital or? Hopefully, when I swallow that coffee, that's not too loud in the microphone. I apologize. I didn't even think about that. I probably don't sound too good. Um, yeah. Any plans for today? I'm healing after my. Williams, what operation did you have? Good morning. How are you, Maria? Um, I forget what operation you had, William. Heard nothing. What do you mean? What's that mean? There may be a place for old people here. Huh. I found things in my son's phone talk group where people talk about ending their lives and people talking about mental health. My son was medicine ADHD. Helen, were they like supporting or like talking about doing it? You know what I mean? When you say about talking about ending their lives, like how to help people, or like was it a group of people that were both on the same track of they wanted to end their life? Oh, I got you. Sorry. Good. That's good because I got you. Yeah, it's funny. I say so many damn things and I address so much shit. I get confused sometimes. I had a growth removed my tested for cancer, but hopefully not. Oh yeah, well, definitely, hopefully not, man. Best of luck with that. Cancer is I hate it. I'm talking about it. Okay. Yeah. Like talking about how to help each other? Or they were I mean, I don't want to keep asking the same question, but talking about how to help each other with mental health or talking about just ending their lives? Being a parent with a kid with disabilities is hard, especially I have 3 other kids and I have 2 grandsons, all from my kids need in different ways. Yeah, exactly, right? We're all different. We all have different personalities. We all learn different. We all um, maybe better athletes than each. You know what I mean? We're all different, right? That's what makes us unique. But at the end of the day, we're all one, right? Different ways. I'm struggling with my own stuff, but your page has helped me. Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, I have no kids, right? So again, but yeah, I would, as a parent, we try to. I mean, you have. Oh yeah, it's already up. So you have 4 kids, right? Um, Guess I'm reading that right. But yeah, spend time with the kid that you have 4 kids, and each kid's probably into something else. It might be have 2 might be like the same thing, but you try to spend your time with each kid doing what they like to do, and then you have a kid with disabilities. I'm sure it's very very hard, right? But don't forget to take time for yourself as well, like your mental health and your own personal being matters just as much as them, right? I mean, to be your best self, you got to take care of yourself, right? I'm sure having kids is tiring, right? It broke my heart. Yeah. So it was like a group of kids on the same path, right? See, now that's the sad part, right? Or any of them other kids, did they still, I mean, did they end up doing it? Because it's sad, right? That's like the saddest situation to be in if you think about it, right? Yeah, Helen, that is unbelievable. I was hoping you wouldn't say this, right? I was hoping this wasn't the case. But how do you, man, that sucks. How do you, man, that's heartbreaking, dude. Um, Not sure. Just message me, William. You just message me on the page here. You have Messenger? Just message on the mental illness page, yeah. Morning, Baker. How are you? Yeah, isn't that crazy? So how like I mean, I guess they were his friends, right? I'm guessing. He had their numbers and they're texting. Or was this a group chat? Was this a group on like the internet? I don't know how that works, but let's just say it was the phone. Obviously, they're friends, right? And they're on the same path of something that's not good, right? And how do you? It just made it worse. Is what I'm trying to say here. I mean, if you're planning on doing something this horrific, right, and then you have friends that are like helping you plan it or in the same path, like, oh man, dude, that is, yeah, that is unbelievable. Was it? Were they like helping each other, like giving suggestions and stuff? Like, and how much? See, that's where I don't know, man. That's so weird to me because you could have, oh man, so you could have like, let's say your son. I mean, your son went through with it, right? Them other guys could be totally bullshitting. You see what I'm saying? They could be saying things like, "I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that," but in all reality, they never were going to do it at all, right? They never were going to do it at all, but they were just seeing who was going to follow through with it. That's the sick, disgusting thing. You know what I mean? Especially if these dudes are still around. Like, how can you? Like, your son could have been like the weakest one in the room. Does that make sense? Like, he could have been the weakest one. Like, with maybe they knew they could get through to it, right? Like, that is so disgusting to me. Yeah, like who are these people? Right? Like it I don't know, man. That is fucking horrendous. You just said you would. Yeah, it's sad. It's a sad situation that I called the others. They acted like what? Oh, did you put them on the spot? Like, oh, you mean they act like what when he actually did it? Baker, he was 22 or 23. 22, I believe. 22. Um Wait, now what did I say again here? Sorry. Oh, so they were acting shocked, right? Like, oh, he actually went through with it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. Let's see if I fix this camera again. Look, is this camera looked out of focus? I don't know why. Yeah, maybe it's in focus now. I don't know. Oh, so you called him that same night? Is that what you were saying? I mean, who? I mean, do you ever tell the police this? Like, is there any charges that can be pressed against these people? Like, you can't like. There's got to be something where you can't like. What did they get in trouble for it? You can't be going around just helping people fucking take their lives. Like that's disgusting. What kind of human are you, dude? If someone reached out to me and was like, "Yo, man, how do I take my life?" I'm like, "All right, here's some ways you can do it." Like, are you sick? What kind of human are you to do that? Who does that? And plus, a group of people. You mean to tell me a group? How many people were in this group? You mean to tell me not one person said, "Hey, this is kind of fucked up. You know, maybe we should do something, right? This isn't right." I can't believe one man. You know, these are young adults. Not one man stood up and said, "Hey, this is way offline, right? This is way so fucked up." Oh, so there was like what? Who? Unbelievable, man. Yeah, like yeah, like what the fuck, man? I never heard of something like that. I mean, I heard of like the girl and the boyfriend, you know. But I never heard like a whole group of people. Like, is that like the new thing now? Like, I mean, how long ago was this? I mean, I guess that really don't matter. I mean, when it comes to what I'm thinking, like, I don't get it, man. A great if there's airline fracture and large. Stay strong, Maria. We know. I know you got it in you. You know, you made it this far. You know, you're doing great things as a mother. Um, what's fractured? Like your leg? Unbelievable. And no one stopped, and no one said, "Hey, maybe we should do something about this." Right? Sick, pathetic people. I don't know how. Helen, where are you from? Like, were these kids like friends, actual friends, or were they just like, what were they? Oh, your right hand. Yeah, you probably went to catch yourself, huh? I mean, were these considered his friends? Did I already ask you that? Oh, it can't drive. Yeah, well, that sucks. Yeah, for sure. Illness disease can be cured naturally. I've already suffered from it. Who's this dude? Yeah, bro. I don't need your medicine, dude. I'm done with you. If you guys see this shit, I don't know what they're up to. I don't play that shit. Oh, not as close friends people on this chat. Oh, okay. Um, yeah, that is a sad, sad story. I didn't know. I think I did realize that you had lost your son, but I didn't know it was in that fat. Like, I didn't know it was like that. That is pretty bad. How like people would do like and not support. You know what I mean? Like you think they would get in trouble for that. The support group I run helps parents of kids who've committed suicide. Contemplated. It's just sad, man. Yeah, I mean, how? I mean, you can hide that stuff. Like, how are you supposed to know? You know. Good morning, Kim. How are you supposed to know? I mean, these kids knew, right? Or young adults, whatever you want to call them. They should have reached out to you. Yeah, Helen. Did you tell me, Helen? Where are you from? Did you already tell me that? Yeah. It's very. That's a very sad story. And what is this? All this. Now this shit's about shrooms and shit. What the fuck? Oh, you're in Georgia? Okay. Georgia. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Mental health. Yeah, we hide it so well, right? I mean, it's and not only that, but then you have people like just trying to support you to do it. Like it's just mind blowing. It's disgusting. It's very like it's. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Who does that, right? How do you sleep at night? How do you sleep at night, especially now after it's done, right? But I grew up in Chicago and always live upstate New York. Yeah, it's a shame. It's truly a shame, you know. When I don't know, I never heard of some shit like that. I mean, I would be, I'd be knocking on doors. I know that. I mean, who does that to another human, right? Who I don't get it. 50 pounds. It's wow. I mean, I don't know if that's healthy or I mean, I guess it's unhealthy at the same time, right? You guys made your charges for that. And there's someone that happened to, and the person got some jail time. Good. They should get jail time. Definitely get jail time. Why is this camera still? This camera look. It's like if I move, the camera gets all messed up. No one actually said do it, but it was discussed openly. Okay. Either way, no one told him to. No one told him not to either. Right? Oh man, I would love to read that. That's some personal stuff. What a conversation to have, right? Here we are fighting it, right? Fighting against it, and then there's like a group chat explaining what to do, right? Unbelievable. Hey, Marie, we know we can't do that, right? We can't turn to them, but they're not going to do nothing, right? They're not going to help us. Turn to your daughters, you know? That's what I would do. Turn to your daughters and ask them for help. You know, be open with them. Talk to them. You were always there for them. I'm sure they'll be there for you, right? I could believe that. Yeah, I mean, we don't want to go back to painkillers, right? Um, they're not going to do anything. Pam says, with the group chat on Facebook, I think it was a cell phone. Pretty sure, Helen, right? Pretty sure it was a cell phone. I mean, that's unbelievable. Some other things about mental health, the hardest part. People are not understanding. Like if you have a broken arm, people can see your pain and struggle. But when it comes to depression, people can't see it. Therefore, don't understand. I find it so hard feelings like I'm judged, and the worst judgment can sometimes come from the people I love the most. Yeah, right. Why don't we get support from people that supposedly love us? When my nephew died, significantly other didn't call for help, and they both OD'd. Both she came awake, didn't help him come back either, or call for help until it was too late. I lost it for God about 7 months ago. What do you mean you lost it for God about 7 months ago? What's that mean? What's up, Amy? I asked for help, and people say I'm looking for attention. No, you're looking for help. You know what I mean? You're asking for help, looking for attention. If you want attention, there's other ways to get attention, right? 27 years, I'm 4 years clean. Congratulations, William. Mentally, Travis, I didn't. Okay, I got you. Yeah. Now let's go back to this comment here. You said she didn't call for help, right? You just why because she thought she'd get in trouble or what? Like you called for help, he OD'd, you almost OD'd, now you called the cops, and then are you both gonna, you know what I mean? Is that why they do that? He was 35, man. It's sad. But the day he did it, he was playing a game online and left the computer the person who was playing with him. Huh. Oh, for real? Oh, they both passed away? Oh, I thought you were saying she woke up and then. Oh my goodness, man. That was huh. Is it because like the drugs took over and they couldn't get like the addiction? Oh. Oh, the guy was like still in there? Holy hell, man. There's the link. Let me get some more coffee. I'll be right back. If I can stand up. Oh, man. Yeah, to get on that link. I don't know if you ever did it. You should go through. There's a couple options on how to come up. I haven't done it in a while. Man, this camera really irritating me today. I don't know why I don't stay focused, but there's Baker.
Hey,
How you
good
doing?
morning, everyone. This is a very sad topic.
I'm sorry. Go
But,
ahead.
yeah, very sad topic. But I wanted to share about my nephew. He's been gone now, probably, gosh, I'm guessing 8 years, 9 years, something, no more than that, probably 10. And I was really close to him. And it's like I lost my mom, gosh, probably about 6 months before. Well, no. Lost mom. Let's see. Mom passed away, and then he took his life around about maybe 6 months after that. But
Hmm.
yeah, and I mean, we knew that both of them had trouble, with drugs and whatnot, and they had a little boy that was 10, and yeah, they got the little boy taken away. I took him in for, gosh, probably a couple months, and I guess that was just too much for them to deal with. But yeah, so they both actually decided that they were going to go out together, and yeah, apparently there was too much of the fentanyl, whatever they put in the stuff that they do, in his more than hers. But they both went out together, and she came back around and didn't call anybody until it was too late. Of course, she might not have had enough time in between there. You know what I mean? He was probably already passed away by then. I don't know. But yeah, they arrested her, and she actually she actually got a little time out of it. Not a lot, but she lost her son too on top of it. So um but the little boy, I'm just thankful he's in a place now, or a foster home. He's in just good shape because he was statistic or whatever, so
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, sad, but we all knew that they were doing drugs and whatnot. They lost a couple of apartments. I mean, they hit rock bottom, and but I don't know so sure if I don't think they hit a rock bottom where they had to. It was really rock bottom. I mean, they just couldn't come back out of it. And they've done this probably 20 times or more before. But always that my understanding is they get in this room and they all do it. They nod out together, and then whoever comes back awake, they all make sure they watch after each other. They call them the trap house or something. But anywho, yeah. So, I mean, I know, looking back in his younger years, he, I would say he had a mental condition. Um, Trying to think, maybe schizophrenia, maybe. I'm not real sure because my sister, it was her son. She was adopted into the family. She was our baby sister. So, yeah, and it's like, he's got a sister that actually, I hope she's clean now. I really don't know, but yeah, she OD'd once, and the people just threw her out right in front of my mom's house. It's just sad, but I think
Yeah.
a lot of that contributes to that. But it don't make it any easier on anyone ever how anybody dies suicidal. It's just it's tragic, real tragic, and it's a real epidemic now as far as all these young kids that are in the states. They say, I've heard on the news, that there's so much fentanyl and drugs and whatnot coming in from Mexico. There's enough coming in that it's enough to take the whole United States out. um but I don't understand. This goes to our government part, but it's like they got all these little X-ray things, in a warehouse someplace that they've been trying to get them at the border of Mexico forever, and they just won't do it. So then again, our government, I don't. I mean, I got mixed emotions about all that, so I don't even want to go there. But yeah, that's kind of the story of my nephew, and I mean, I've got, gosh, gosh, probably 5 or 6 people. I mean, within my family that has went out this way. Another one was, God, I'll just cut it short. He was like 17, 16, and nobody seen any signs of him being depressed or whatnot. So he actually got into my cousin's car. She had a 65 Mustang Fastback, one of those real cool cars back in the day. So he went in the garage and started the car up, and he went that way. So, but I can't even be. I can't feather. Those, they were close to me, and it's still, it haunts me. I feel it, but then I have to realize a topic that we spoke before on here, that you don't understand why. But
Mhm.
I mean, for me, I have to look at it. They were done with life and they were ready to go, and that doesn't bring peace to me, but it makes me, you know, see it differently, I guess, so to speak. So that's my input today. But I want to thank you, Travis, and everyone that's on here. It's been so helpful for me to be able to run across this link, because I was in a hole when I joined, and I'm they call me maintenance free. I can't take any kind of medication that will help me. So I'm on Cymbalta, which I don't know if we should be talking about that, but I'm off all the medication that the doctors have had me on as of the beginning of February. Trying to do everything, natural, holistic way this time, because I just don't want to put all that stuff in my body, and seeing how it's affected, this is just me, see how it's affected a lot of people with their liver and stuff. And I've got a bunch of other health problems, heart trouble. I mean, I have blood clots sometimes, and it's got fibromyalgia real bad. So the pain, in my body hurts a lot. So, but I'm learning to deal with it in a good way, changing
Right.
the negative thoughts and replacing them with a lot of positive stuff. So I'm thankful for this place here, or this little podcast. I really am.
Well, yeah, I appreciate you coming up here and talking. That means a lot. And hopefully, the more we talk about it, the more we open up. Everyone has their own story to tell. That's what's
Amen. That's for sure.
that's
Very, very, very true. And I'm
well.
learning, gosh, my head is a lot clearer as of gosh, the end of February. And my therapist, I've been seeing therapists for all my life, but it comes down to that, I, as a person, I have to do my own work. I got my own cross to carry, and I got to work on this stuff constantly. And it's like the granddaughter had her cheer competition yesterday in Lexington. It was only 2 hours away, but I just couldn't handle it physically, which affects me emotionally. So, and it was hard for me to say, hey, I really can't go today, but I had to, because it's taking care of me.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you got to put yourself first. You know.
Yep. Yep. I used to think that was selfish in the past, but no, it's all about taking care of me. You have to be that way. At least I have to.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We're not getting any younger, right?
No, no, the big 6'8" now. I'm like, geez. Yep. But I've actually, I was like the fourth in the chain of command in my family. So, and there was a sibling underneath me by 11 months. And she was born with like kind of like cerebral palsy. And so mom and dad had to really, really, pay more attention to her. And I think what affected me a lot in my upbringing was I was daddy's girl, and my mom knew it. And boy, oh boy, did she rub my nose in it all the time. So, I mean, I kind of had a distance between my mom and dad because they divorced when I was like 22. That was the hardest thing for me to take, and it just bothered me and bothered me. But um, I lost my dad. Gosh, it's been 22 years ago. Lost my mom at 9 years ago, and I knew that when my mom passed away, so to speak, my side of the street was clean, you know. But tell you what, my siblings, my older sister and the sister underneath me, I had such a heck of a time grieving when I lost my mom because I did it differently. And, when my father passed away, I thank God every day for this. When I lost my job and I got to take care of my father because he was dying of bladder cancer from like January to May till he passed away. And there's nothing, those are memories that I created with him that I can look back and say they were good memories, but they were sad memories. He was ready to go, and I was ready for him to go because just didn't want to see him lay and suffer no more.
Yeah, it's definitely hard. We all agree different, right?
Mm-hmm.
We all agree, but at a different degree. We all have different relationships with people when they pass, right? You could be the mother, the wife, the son. You know, we all
Right.
have different relationships with people when they pass. So the
Yep.
grieving process is harder in different
Mm-hmm.
ways for each person. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't understand that, and I
Nope.
didn't really understand that until I lost my brother, right? So
Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
that's a
tough,
tough
right?
one. It is tough. Yes.
Tough for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Well, how I handled it when my mother passed away, I struggled a lot in my past. I guess maybe I'm kind of say that I'm a compulsive person at times, but um, for me, um, it's like I stopped. I remember this so plainly. I stopped at the liquor store, bought a fifth of I don't remember, Gentleman's Jack, I think it was, and I thought my nephew, which my mom was raising, was going to be the one that wouldn't be able to handle it. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
really was buying it for him. But when I got there and I spent my last moments with my mom, it's like I'm the one that downed it. I couldn't handle you
I lost you.
by my older sister who is
We turned off.
he's I have to get yeah, his granddaughter was calling.
Oh, okay. You better answer it. Seems like she's gonna keep calling until you answer.
Anyway, to cut a long story short, I was the one that drank it and passed out for 4 or 5 hours, but I got condemned by my other sister and oh, just kind of like holy hell broke loose. Um she oh my god, I can remember going back to my mother's house. It was like, my other siblings were there in my mom's kitchen, and I'm like went by and I'm like, what the fuck were they doing there? Pardon my mouth, but it's like, well, I'm going in because I'm one of them too. Holy hell broke out. I had two sisters that were coming after me that wanted to fight me, and I'm like, oh hell no. So I'm one, I don't like trouble, so I was the one that actually walked away, you know but I had my words to say too, and I'm sure they had theirs. But it's all ironed out now. But at that time, they were dealing with it differently too. You know.
Yeah.
Um, but it took me probably about, she's 3 years, the youngest sibling said, "Don't ever step on my property or I'll shoot you." And I'm like, "You got to tell me twice, you know?" And my oldest one, she was just like, I remember giving her something like 3 days after mom passed away because they were down there. She took and slung it across the roadway at me, hit my car. I'm like, "Oh my God, what a bitch." So, but her and I were always really close. And the thing of it is, I look back on it now, she was always envy of me, jealous of me. And that's the reason that she handled it the way that she did. But it's okay now. I mean, it wasn't then, but it is now. But I took care of my dad, and I kind of figured, well, kind of like I was there through the week and home on the weekends, and took care of my stepmom too, because she was unable to take care of my dad, and funeral arrangements were made, and I had like, I don't know, $2,000 that came from like a insurance policy for my dad for him having cancer. And I took that and made sure that my sisters didn't have to pay anything out of pocket at all. I did. And I really, I mean, in my heart, that's what I felt like to do back then. But hindsight being 2020, I should have kept the money for myself for the gas and stuff going back and forth, and whatever I spent out of my pocket taking care of my dad for that 6 months. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, the thing about the sad part about what you're talking about is so like someone dies, just to say a father or whatever, and then he has sons or daughters, and then everyone fights over material things, right?
Right.
Everyone fights over the TV. Like, dude, you have four
Hmm.
TVs. Why do you need another TV?
Right. Right.
You fight over the TV because you think you're owed the TV, right? None of
Right.
that shit matters to me, to be totally honest with
Right.
you. When it comes to that,
I'm so there with you.
I mean, it don't matter to me in my own personal life, right?
Right.
My own
Right.
personal life, material things don't matter. Growing up, they did to me, but I'm at a point
Exactly.
now where that
Yep.
shit you can't take it with you, right?
Amen. I mean,
And
I do the amen thing, but that is very, very true.
you know what I mean? I'd rather just be a great person that cares about other people and focuses on my own soul, right? Because that's gonna go wherever I go after this life, right? My
So,
body's
so true.
my body's not going nowhere. My body's going in the ground or being burned up, right? But my soul
Right
will
on.
live forever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the material
Yeah.
things don't mean shit, and that's the sad part when it comes to family, right? You would think you would come together after a death, but all it does is pull you apart.
Exactly. Because mom was the glue that held us together.
And I've been a part of that. I've been a part of that situation.
Yep. Yep. I don't want no part of that stuff anymore. And I'm to the point where, I seen my daughter lost her daddy, gosh, about 2 years ago. And thank God, that he had all of his stuff already done and prepared, because it was so much easier on her. But she still had to sell the house. And he was in Florida. And she was like, "What am I going to do with all this stuff, Mom?" I said, "Well," I said, "I really don't know. Do you want it?" "No, I really don't." But she had to get the house cleaned out. So it was just like, oh my God, it was just an ongoing thing for almost 3 weeks after her daddy passed away. And I had, and I had this, I never understood that when you have this inner talk with yourself, that is your soul talking to you. And I heard
Yeah.
that and I learned that from here. And I'm so glad,
Well, you mean
because
like the when I like the rock star thing?
yeah, yeah.
It's pretty wild. That's pretty wild, isn't it?
Yes, yes. And I thought to myself, I'm noticing that now. And I'll be like, because I would always talk out loud to hear myself say what I needed to say. And my mommy did that too. But there was something that she told me back in my childhood: don't talk to yourself. But if you answer yourself, you're crazy. I believe that. But
Yeah.
I don't know more.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
It's it's a shame when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We should
But,
come together, you know.
yeah, 100%.
And like me, I have no kids, right? So my brothers
Right.
have kids, so I'm more willing to let that material things pass down to my nieces and nephews, right? Because
Nephews. Right.
I have nothing, I have nowhere to go with it, right? I'm not just gonna hoard it in my house when it can be passed down from generation to generation.
Exactly.
That's the kind of shit that means I'm not like that kind of person. I'm not definitely not selfish.
Right. Right.
And
But, yeah. But,
why not let
but,
somebody else enjoy it? You know?
exactly. Exactly. And seeing, I kind of was that way, gosh, about I'm making my arrangements and doing all that stuff now slowly, but I'm getting it done. And um, I mean, it's just like I've got two children. I got a son that's 50 and a daughter that's 42. And I've got, gosh, one, two, I don't even know, five grandchildren, six grandchildren. And I've got, let's see, four, five, six, seven, eight great grandchildren. And I haven't seen them because they're this is all my son's chain of reaction there, because my son was into drugs, and I struggle with this one big time, um on the financial end. Well, he came to me and wanted to buy something, gosh, about maybe 60 miles from where he was at, where kind of was just bad. um so him and his wife, which is the second wife, um I loaned him, gosh, it was like $50,000. Shoot me now. And he said, Mom, he said, we can write up a legal document, whatever, whatever. And I said, No, son, I don't need to do that. I trust you. Well, it went for like, probably 4 years, maybe three. Mom, I'll give you $1,200 back cash a month. I said, Well, that's fine, you know, was all in agreement. Well, I got to the point where he wasn't making a deposit, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh no, this can't happen again. Um, so I had to hire a lawyer, which I'm glad I did, because now, because if something was to happen to him and, and his significant other, wife, whatever you call it, I don't really much care for her too much. So, anywho, just to keep my situation straight, so that he would be responsible for paying back the loan. We agreed on a lower amount, but I couldn't let him get away with that, because that to me is called tough love. And there was 2 years in between there where he decided his behaviors weren't appropriate at all. So I had to cut off the ties. I was like, I'm done. I can't handle this anymore. Done. So I look on it now and it's like, it's only money, but it's money. So,
Well,
but
I
he,
mean,
you,
it's
you know what?
it's responsibility, right?
Exactly.
You asked to borrow the money. I didn't give you the money. You asked to borrow it,
Right.
and you let him borrow it with terms of him paying you back.
Exactly.
Did he ever pay you back, or?
He's working on it now. It's a court order that he has to deposit, a certain amount of money in the bank on the first. And if he doesn't, then it only takes me a week to go put a lien against his house, car, or whatever and take it. So I'm okay
Did
there now.
did it destroy your relationship, or?
Yeah. Yeah. Matter of fact, when he turned 50 a couple weeks ago, that Saturday night, I was just like, okay, I'm all game for it. I was just all keyed up, for almost a week. We were going to have, lunch slash dinner, whatever, on that Sunday. And that morning I woke up, and that's the post-traumatic stress that kicked in. And I'm like, oh no, I can't deal with this. Hell no, I'm not going. So I prayed about it. I believe in God, higher power, and put it in his hands. And it ended up the best time that I think that we've had probably in 20 years. My daughter was there and the granddaughter. It was just wonderful. At least his ex-wife wasn't there, so I was really concerned about that because I really didn't want to see her.
So so the money thing, was a little rough, but now you guys are good.
Oh yeah, 100% good. Yep.
I guess he has no choice now since it's in the court's hands, right?
I'm going to say that, and plus I'm sure he really thought about this is my mom, you know what I mean, because
Right. I
now,
mean,
yeah, now I get a text, and whatever, and it's like, I love you, Mom, good night. He'll never say he's sorry for putting me through what he went through, but I don't expect that, because actions are bigger than words.
right, and then we all learn and grow. I mean, obviously, you guys came a long way, right?
Exactly,
You can sit
100%.
you can sit in the same room together now and have a
Yeah,
conversation without
right on.
hating each other.
Right, right, without giving the stare down and say, motherfucker, I don't, but I have to put humor in it too.
Yeah,
So, yeah, yeah, humor is our best friend, I think.
that's pretty wild. Hopefully, well, eventually we'll get paid back, right?
Yeah, and if it doesn't, then I've come to the conclusion if I have anything left as far as inheritance, he can get nothing, not a dime.
He still owes you.
Right, right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I don't know what time it is, but
What time? Well, where are you? Where are you located anyway?
I'm in northern Kentucky.
Oh,
On the
Kentucky.
border, yeah, on the border of Indiana, Ohio, and Kentucky, where they kind of meet. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yep.
well, it's probably 7:30 where you're at.
I think that's about right. No, it's 8:30 actually.
Oh, it's 8:30, so we're in the same time zone.
Yeah, that's cool.
I thought once you got maybe
We
you
had
gotta go a little farther west.
Yeah, you do. I don't know how far, but I think like to Tennessee, I believe.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Kimmon's from Kentucky as well.
Yeah, I'm like I could be in Indiana probably in 10 minutes and I could be in Ohio in 5. Kind of like that. So, yeah, pretty close to the Ohio River. Not too far.
Well, thanks for coming up here and sharing your story and
For
part
sure.
of your
No
life with
worries
me.
on that. Yeah.
You just
So,
never know.
I know. I know. But anywho, I got to get ready to go volunteer at bingo today. So, loved everybody.
Yeah, thanks for coming up here. I appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for letting me in on it. So,
Yeah.
we'll chat later.
Yeah. Have a good one. Be safe.
Always. Thanks, Travis.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks, Baker, for coming up. Um, yeah, you just never know. Never know what someone's going through, right? We all have different backgrounds and we all been through different things. Going back to that point about when someone passes away and then like the family fights over material things, it's pretty sad. Pretty sad. It's gotta get like that, right? I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have dealt with that before. Hopefully, that's not my situation when that time comes. Hopefully, it's not worth it. It's it's a sad thing. I don't know if anyone else has been through that, but like, there's no reason to fight. Ellen is back with coffee in the shower. Yeah, yeah, that's what I gotta. It's Sunday. I got some things I gotta do, but I might be live later. I don't know. Um, hey, it's a lot to take in, right? Every time we do these, we talk about all kinds of things, and you too, Sullivan. Yeah, right. Yeah, Kim, exactly. But we fight over shit that don't even matter, right? It don't even matter. Like none of that shit matter. It's so bizarre to me, right? What matters to me is, like you said, the memories and like something that mattered to them, right? Yeah. My sister passed away. And my mom both times out. Take care. Yeah, Helen. It's Helen. You've been through a lot, you know. Yeah, I want the things like if I would have won anything out of something like that, like would be something that meant something to them, like maybe a bracelet or like a necklace, you know what I mean? Something that they cherished, right? Something that they really loved, you know. That's how I look at it. All my 7 sisters, they all fell out after my grandparents passed. It was over money. One sister called. Yeah, I mean, you hear about it everywhere, right? And like, I mean, I went through it too with my brother. Like we all deal with different shit. I mean, we weren't fighting over things, right? Well, I wasn't anyway. I really didn't get anything from my brother, and it sucks. I didn't want. I didn't. I just, it's just the truth, right? Um, It is what it is. I have some of his ashes, but yeah. Yeah, Trav, for sure, It's fucked up. Oh, that's cool, Helen. Yeah, that kind of shit there, That's what means something to me. Like to be honest with you, my brother, he always wore white sneakers, right? I just wanted a pair of his sneakers. That's all I wanted. I never got that. I don't know if I got anything. I got some of his hunting clothes, I guess. That's it, yeah. No, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. You as well. You have a great day as well. Yeah, so if you come to a point in life where you have to make decisions, about what's left behind, and that's what's important to having a will too, right? You have a will so people know what's theirs and what's not, right? Um, well, for sure. Great point, Williams, how do I unwind at their lives? Well, after I get off here, I'll probably go to the bathroom, to be honest, right? And then talk to my wife for a little, and then I'm going to have to run on the treadmill, right? I'm going to go run on the treadmill, and then I'm going to do my cold plunge and relax. Well, that's a completely different topic for me. I still haven't got my mom's. That's yeah. I mean, this is very relaxing to me, Williams. Back to your comment. This is my therapy, man. This is what helps me start my day. I do it every morning. I have to babysit all day, just like yesterday. It helps me deal with my son. Yeah, Helen. That's amazing. It helps, right? We do little things every day well, sometimes we do, right? A lot of time I haven't, and for years, right? But yeah, for sure, Baker. This is my routine, man. If you were here yesterday, I think it was, I was talking about when my routine got broken. I kind of snap a little bit. I got to work on that, right? Like I got to understand, like if I get on the treadmill every day at 3:21, which that's usually the time I get on it. That's how aware I am that I know that, right? And then I gotta understand if I don't get on there until 5:21 or 6:21, I'm still doing it, right? It's still gonna get done. You know what I mean? It's still I can still do it, right? So I don't know if it's my ADHD or what, but oh great, that's cool. Ireland. Thanks for being here. I am in PA, Pennsylvania. The States, as you would call them, I guess. Yeah, we talk about traumatic things. Oh yeah, I mean this is reality, right? This is our life. There's no reason to hide anything here, right? I mean, these are people's lives we're talking about. These are people's realities, right? We're not there's no reason to sugarcoat anything. Take care, Baker. Enjoy your day. You know what I mean? Why should we hide from our truths? Why should we live some false life, right? There's no reason to. There's no reason to be fake. Be yourself, and the right people will be around you, right? You'll find out real quick who your true friends are. And that's where I'm at in life, right? You either love me for me or you don't. I have enough trouble loving myself, so your love for me is either there or it's not. You know what I mean? I've learned through this journey, don't expect anything from anybody. At the end of the day, you're the only one that can make the changes that are needed, right? You can scream and yell at someone until they're blue in the face. Exactly. No need, Lopez. It starts with us, right? Thanks, Helen. I appreciate you. You've helped me too, and I can understand your struggle. I'm not in your shoes, obviously, but when you open up about it, now I know Helen. Like I know why Helen is who she is and why she is the way she is. The shit she's been through. It's no one should go through that, right? And your son shouldn't have to go through that. It's disturbing to me. It's upsetting. It makes me dislike society even more. To be honest with you, right? Society and people in this world some people are just evil, right? I watch a show called Evil Lives Here. You ever see that show? Evil Lives Here. That's all I watch is shows like that. And it's true, man. There's evil all around us. Yeah, I mean, everyone here has always been nice and understanding. I really don't have no one has ever came up here and act like a complete idiot where I had to like get rid of them or which is very surprising. But it's great, It's a great place. It's a great platform. People to talk. Yeah, definitely. Like how do we address a problem if we don't talk about it? Right? And be open to other people's opinions. I mean, there's people all over the world, man. Like I don't know what people yeah, you have to, right? You have to be real. I have to be real with myself and everyone that comes here. All right. And I expect the same from everyone. If you have a problem with what I say or you don't think that works, we can still talk about it, right? And I don't have all the answers. And always I don't have all the answers. I, I haven't lived everyone's situation. Yeah, exactly, Cook. Yeah, mental ill. I think people that are mentally ill use more of their brain. Oh, what's up, Tracy? How you been? I appreciate that. Thank you. How are you holding up? Yeah, agree to disagree, right? I mean, if it's truth, it's truth. You can't disagree truth, right? You can't. There's no disagreeing there, right? There is truth to everything. Yeah, it can be hard opening up, but there's no reason to be ashamed, right? I mean, if you stay here long enough and you read the comments and you hear the stories that people have been through, right? It's heartbreaking, right? But it's the reality we live in, right? So why not speak about it? We speak about the weather, right? You watch the news to see what the weather is going to be. Hey, it's going to rain all day. The rain all day is reality, right? That's the reality. Today it's Wednesday. Today it's Sunday. It's going to be sunny, right? You talk to people at work. It's going to be a nice day today, right? You talk about that because it's reality. So is your mental health, right? So is everything else that goes on with you. It's part of our reality. It's just that simple, right? We don't talk about it for some reason. There's no reason to be ashamed of anything. Because if you never failed in life, you're not trying, right? So we all fail, right? As long as you're trying, you're gonna fail. You know what I mean? You think the most successful people in life never failed? No, they failed so many damn times. That's why they're at where they're at. With success comes failure. There's no arguing that. Yeah, I don't know. Some people are just ashamed, I guess. But there's nothing to be ashamed of, right? No one made it through this life alone. I say that all the time. You tell me the person that made it through life without help, and I don't know what I'll do for you, but it ain't gonna happen anyway. So who cares, right? No one has ever walked this earth and just got to where they're at with nobody. It's impossible. First off, the only way to get here is to be born, right? And it took two people to create you. So there you go. You already lost before you're born. You didn't get here on your own. Yeah, we all have a past, right? Yeah, but like, don't be afraid to fail. Fail big. Denzel Washington, fail big, right? It's the only way to get to where you want to go. Because if you're not trying, you got to try, right? Got to do the things that make us uncomfortable. Yeah, there's no problem like admitting that. No one's perfect, right? Although August 17th, she's gonna pass soon. Sure, get all that. But yeah, I mean, losing a dog is that's hard. I've been through that as well. Yeah, that's tough. Dogs are like humans to me. They're actually cooler than humans. I just wish they could talk, right? Usually, I wish a dog could tell you what's going on in their brain because there's some dogs are funny, man. All animals are funny. We got them in-laws today. They have a goose, right? I took a video of that goose. I brought it home from the cabin. A friend of ours hatched it, right? Of course, the goose was like this big. You bring it home, it was like falling asleep. It was so cool. And I'll show it to you now. I'll take a video of it and show you how big this thing is now. It's funny. I appreciate it. Yeah. But yeah, when you read them comments about mental health and what's like the hardest part about it, and everyone, not everyone, but a lot of people said understanding, right? A lot of people don't understand or care to understand, but people here understand, maybe not, we're not in your personal life, but to come here and get some understanding and realize that people do understand, maybe not in your personal life, like I said, but there's people in this world that understand. So you're not alone. You know what I mean? I think that's another major thing when it comes to mental health. Everyone thinks they're alone, but you're not. You're definitely not alone. I mean, you just spend a couple minutes on here and you'd find that out, But I think I'm gonna wrap it up here, folks. Time is it? 9 o'clock almost. I appreciate you being there. This group is so yeah, you have to be, right? Like that's what if we can't understand each other, then we're not doing what we need to do, right? Something ain't working. That's breaking the stigma, right? It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to talk about whatever you have to. But yeah, I appreciate y'all being there. Yeah, it seems like we all got things to do, right? Sunday's the last day before we got to go back to work. What a joy, right? What a joy. But hey, have a wonderful day. I'll catch you later. If you don't mind liking and sharing this, I appreciate it. Reach as many people as possible. Thanks for the continued support and conversations you guys bring. It helps me so tremendously, just to be here and talk to people that understand. I appreciate y'all. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.